So today we thought we'd get an early start, and unfortunately that didn't happen. So we are now in the van. It is 3 o'clock, there is no sun, it is cold, and we are just about to start the bed. So be prepared to watch everything get dark within the next hour. We'll be working in the dark.
We're Vagari. I'm Priscilla, and that's Chris. And we've been a little bit busy lately. Why? Well, we're building a van. We need to get on the road.
Are we sanding today?
No, but I thought I'd get it done. Yeah. That's mine.
Where's your safety glasses?
Non-existent. Anyway, Chris is going to be come follow me, come on. Chris is going to be welding the bed frame together today. First he has to cut it down a little bit though, because we cut it 2 sides and then realised that we have to still put a board on the sides of the walls, so we need to make sure that we have enough clearance on either side of the bed for the bead and butt that we're going to put up on the wall. And then also we have a bit of surprise about how the bed is actually going to work, so we'll let you know once we get that actually started.
Basically, what we've decided is to build a frame that's going to hold the slats to our bed, and on that frame we're going to then connect 2 Ottoman style hinges.
Something we haven't seen before. I know I've seen it in a caravan, but I don't think I've seen it in someone's van where they lift their bed up and they have storage underneath. So I think tonight we're going to try and attempt to see if we can do it.
Yeah, we just figured it was sort of dead space that you're never going to use, and everybody puts boards underneath their bed, so this way at least it lets our mattress vent and breathe, sorry, because a lot of people say they need to let the mattress breathe, so we're not sure, but at least this way it's 2 birds with 1 stone.
Also, it's not the biggest amount of space under the bed, like we're talking only about this much, but
Yeah,
over
200 millimeters.
yeah, so but over the whole area, that's a lot of clothes that we could potentially pack in here, because we don't have any other space anywhere else in the van to put our clothes.
I know, it's crazy how like you have all these ideas and then as you start your build, it just seems to the van just gets smaller and smaller and smaller, so you have to start becoming creative. So yeah, we managed to get these very compact brackets. So I'm hoping I'll be able to squeeze them in and we can make some sort of plan. But yeah, I've pre-cut everything sort of to length, but I've realised when we put the clad on the wall tomorrow, it's probably going to like foul this frame. So we need to cut off about 25mm just to leave clearance for it to lift up and down. So I'm probably going to shorten all of this quickly and then tack it all together. And then we can sort of connect it and test it. If it all works out, we'll get it all welded up. So let's do it.
Let's do this.
Can you pass the tape? Thanks. That's something to mark with.
Are you prepared for this build or not?
I'm working on it.
No, I'm working on getting you everything.
I know, I love it. You're like fitting everything.
No.
Perfect.
Welding, don't look into them welding, like don't look into the light, you can get like dark eyes.
Yeah. Maybe,
See, I know some stuff.
Not sleeping so well.
Yeah, well. Nah, wait. side. Give it a little bit of a tack and then we can test it that way.
Yeah, so basically I'm going to put some screws into the bottom to hold it. Then we'll just tack it here so that we can then test it, see how it works.
Okay.
Then we can sort of orientate the hinge somehow.
Alright guys, so round 1 didn't work. We have to make a few minor adjustments as per the norm. Okay, so basically it's taken us about another hour and a half to sort out, because obviously, you know, the first time didn't work out for us. So the second time now what we've done is we've actually cut it at an angle. So well, in the corners, just in the 2 back corners. So we put them at an angle so that when the bed lifts up, because of the 2 back pieces where you would normally get into the light or whatever, those pieces, because they come out, it starts hitting. So we needed to make it at an angle so that when you lift up the bed,
the bracket actually forces it backwards.
Yeah, it goes flush with that angle. So it's now the second time. He's just finishing welding up now, and then I think we'll put the brackets back on and test it another time. Hopefully second time we're lucky, and hopefully there won't be a third.
Yeah, I hope there's not a third.
Finished the alterations from round 1, and now he's put the brackets in to the sides, and it's round 2 of testing. Moment of truth.
Alright, lift her up.
Is it going to lift?
Take off.
3, 2, 1. Ooh, we did it!
Alright, I go there. Alright, we're going to connect the struts, but apart from that, it's ready to go. Right, so that's that. At least we now have a storage bed.
So guys, we've done it. On the second attempt, we have done it. I now have an Ottoman bed.
In a bed.
Oh, careful. So now I can have all my storage, all my clothes and everything in this space. And I don't need cupboards. So at least we used the space instead of just putting the mattress on top. We did lose all of this, so now at least we can use it. I'm very happy with this. Well done.
Alright, next stop. Slats. We're gonna put all the slats on.
Slats.
All the way along. And then we have a bed.
However, I think this is where we're going to stop for tonight. We still need to do some grinding and just making this look nice and giving it a bit of a paint so it doesn't rust, and we are a bit aware of our neighbours, so it'll be nice like that.
Yeah, we can't grind tonight, so I think we're going to leave off for this.
Yeah.
Go get some dinner really.
Get some food and then start again tomorrow, and hopefully we can finish the bed tomorrow.
Good.
That's the plan. See you later. Today is day 2 of our Ottoman style bed. I say Ottoman because obviously it's not as deep as a normal Ottoman storage bed. It's for our van, so we've only got like this much space for storage.
Yeah, it's enough though, I think. The only tricky part now is trying to get the struts connected, because normally with the Ottoman bed, the way these hinges are designed, you can open the bed a lot higher. So then you can get the strut connected, and then you've got the force to pull it down with the frame. But our frame doesn't go that high. Yeah. It's high enough for what we want, but it's not
high enough to pull it down.
Not high enough to connect the struts. So
yeah,
Yeah, we're just trying to work that out today.
We've got to keep in mind. So last night when we left you, we had a little bit of a struggle. We had like 5 minutes of struggling of trying to get this. It's a 1,200 newton-meter strut. Okay, so you're not just gonna push that thing in. It's specifically made.
No.
It's specifically made for pressure and for you know, like.
Well, I suppose it's got to take up the weight of the mattress.
Yeah, the weight. So. It's made for the weight. Okay, so we spent 5 minutes last night trying to. What's that thing called? Ratchet strap it. So we tried like a whole bunch of stuff. We broke wood.
Yeah, we tried a few little shortcuts, but
it didn't work out. So this morning, what we have to do is we have to try and figure out how to adjust that, how to put it on without taking everything out, so that we can close it.
Yeah, and then we got to get the I always forget the name of these things. Piece of wood that go across the bed. The slats.
The slats.
Yeah. So I'm going to connect all the slats and drill them in and get them all secured. So I'm hoping to finish that up today.
Yeah, I don't think it's not going to be like a huge job. The only mission that we're going to have is trying to figure out how to put those struts
on. Yeah.
At least it's sunny today. We have a couple hours of sunshine. It's 10 degrees, slightly warmer.
Feels like 5.
But at least we have started early today, so we're going to get a decent amount of work done and not trying to figure out how to do everything in the dark.
So we're getting there slowly. Just grinding all the welds off. A couple more spots that I've missed, and then we can get some paint on this bad boy.
Right, so we almost finished the last layer of paint on the bottom of the bed base. So I don't know if you can see, but Christopher's hard at work. But basically, so we've done the base coat on all 4. We're going to let that dry, and I think we're going to grab some lunch while we wait for this to dry, and then we've got one more coat, and that should be it. Hey?
Yeah, then we can look at putting the hinges on and trying to connect the frame that we've made yesterday, which is looking a lot better now that we put some black paint on it.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, so basically we just spray painted this, just with the normal black spray paint, and then this is just normal white?
Quick dry white.
Quick dry paint. So
water based.
Yeah, water based. So once this is dry,
and we start bolting it all together.
We can put it all together. So it's actually quite exciting that we've done so much progress today, as opposed to what we normally do in a week.
I think it also helped working a little bit in the lights, you know.
Yeah, it's so much better when you can actually work during the day.
Yeah, I could hardly see last night when we were doing the welding, so.
Yeah. Anyway, alright, so we're off to lunch, and we'll pick you back up when this coat is dry. Right guys, so we came back from lunch, and unfortunately our second coat was not completely dry, so we had to, well, not in all places anyway, but I had to do my second coat in places that were dry, so now I'm just letting that dry. Unfortunately, like I said, we wanted to finish the bed today, but we can't, obviously. It's like literally watching paint dry, so that's what we have to do until that's done. But on the other hand, so we don't waste time and we can do our full days, we've started on doing the blind for the window. So Christopher's starting to do that, and yeah, so he's basically putting in
a basic frame around the window, and then we'll just will basically mount here, and then we can mount the blind straight to that, and then our idea is to box in the blind so it sits sort of behind the frame, and because it's one of those pull and retract blinds that you don't actually have to like pull the cord, nothing will be shaking around. It could work quite well behind there, I think. We're quite fortunate because a 1.2 blind fits like perfectly, which is a relief because we actually just bought it on a whim when we were at IKEA the other day.
everybody. It's now day 3 on the Ottoman bed. I know I said that we might be finished on day 1, however yesterday we had to wait for the paint to dry, and on the first day we didn't quite get there because we lost light at like 4 o'clock, so working in the dark is a little bit tricky. So anyway, we're on day 3 and we are pretty positive, I know I have said this, but I'm pretty positive we're going to finish the Ottoman bed today. So we've had our breakfast, got an extra heater because it is pretty cold today, and well, we're going to carry on with finishing the bed today.
So today we're going to finish this bed. We're going to get it done because I'm excited to get it done, and it's been dragging on for like 2 days now. We finally got this all painted and white and sorted. It's actually looking quite good. It's covered up the OSB quite well. It also gives us a nice base, you know, clean surface to put your stuff in. So the next step really is to connect the brackets that we bought, the Ottoman bed brackets, on either side. And what we've decided is we're going to cut the struts when we've got the desired height, so that our bed only goes to a set height and doesn't go too high, and we don't have to worry about it touching the shelf or damaging the shelf or anything else that we may have later, and or the lights that we put on that side. So that way it's fixed. It's a slight modification to how it should work, but it'll work pretty well, we think. So yeah, we'll try to get that done today and then we can move on to the next thing. Alright, so those are going to fit in there. We'll connect our strut later on. Unfortunately we need to cut about 50mm off because otherwise the bed will go too high, so we've decided just to cut that, and then what I'll do is we'll just weld that to the lug so that that'll work, and if we have any issues we can always cut it off. We haven't damaged the bracket, so we can just buy new struts which are a couple of £1 each. Unfortunately, this is the way we see it now. Okay, so basically we have to move these brackets out 60mm because we shortened the frame so we can clear these architraves or whatever they call them. These angles in the back of the van, because everything's angles. So my initial design was to put it right up against the side, but unfortunately we can't do that. But it should still work perfectly fine. So now we just make sure the frame is flush with the back. Does it look nice and straight in the front there?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty decent.
Cool.
Right, what do you want me to do?
Test it. Lift it up.
No. Well, you're done with it already, I mean, jeepers.
Cool.
Perfect.
Doesn't touch the sides, there's enough clearance.
Doesn't touch it. This is basically going to be the size of the board that we're putting on the side. We're putting bead and butt on the side, so this is going to be the thickness. So obviously the mattress might come over just slightly. We'll cut it to, you know, the desired size that we want it. But we had to just make sure that none of this was touching, because you don't want it scratching your bead and butt every time you lift your bed up. So there's enough clearance on either side, and that's the perfect height. Because obviously your bed is like 200 high, so by the time it's up there the mattress will be hitting the bottom.
You're starting to work in millimeters. I'm loving.
Shush.
Loving.
So yeah, that's cool. So now we just have to work out the struts on where to cut
Let's
them
just lift
down.
it up, see how it comes back and touches this.
Yeah.
Let's see, so it actually sticks out quite a bit, yeah.
But when the doors are closed, it doesn't. When the doors are closed, it doesn't touch the back of the doors either, does it?
No.
Just close that one door. So it's like.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And there's enough space so that when your mattress will be like here somewhere.
Yeah, the mattress is it's memory foam, so it'll squish to wherever it needs to go.
True.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So
now we can.
I'm happy with that. So yeah, basically what we're going to do is clothes in the front, really his and her side. Lucky. And then anything that we don't use often, we'll put at the back, because obviously you don't want to be like reaching in your bed every morning to get a pair of pants. So we'll put like linens and maybe puffy jackets, or you know, something that you don't use all the time at the back, and then everyday use will come in the front. So there's actually a decent amount of space for clothes, I would say.
Yeah.
Because then you also got to remember, when you put the slats on, it goes slightly higher as well. So you could at least stack, I don't know, I could probably stack about 5 shirts of mine on top of each other. So I'm quite happy with our storage space and our Ottoman bed. Good job.
Right, so you get the struts on and then
Yeah, so
and then the
let's.
slats.
So as soon as you've got to cut them down and then weld them and
Yeah.
then put them back, and then once we've got that,
Well, then we'll test it that it works nicely.
and then put the slats on.
Yeah.
Cool.